Yo, 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 Bino here with the Week 11 BMO Report. Carl, on assignment. We just finished up another exciting week of action around the NFL. Quite a few last-second field goals to win games. We also had quite a few nail-biters around the BMO. We're going to jump right in this week. Let's look back at Week 10 in the BMO.
Goofy up. My goofy up. Uncle. My goofy up. Uncle. My goofy up. Uncle. My goofy up. Uncle. My goofy up.
All right, we're going to start things off this week with what was our tightest matchup of the week. It was Joe M getting by Dumpster Fire by a measly 0.47 points. That was a huge win for Joe M. Kept his faint playoff hopes alive, and he's right back in the thick of things now. That did end Dumpster Fire's 4-game win streak. He was red hot. We had a big game from Geno Smith for Joe M. And Heptic got a big performance out of Joe Burrow, but it just was not enough, and big win for Joe M, as we said. Both nuts. Got a big game out of Sam Howell this week, 27 points for the Commanders' second-year quarterback. And both of these nuts moves to 5-5 on the season, getting by Hashim, who, after riding a red-hot Lamar Jackson for a couple weeks, he's really tailed off, and he's been hurting Hashim in that department as he moves now to 4-6, like we said. It was a family affair this week as Joe H. tangled with Bino San Martino. However, it was basically a one-sided affair. This matchup was all Joe H. He dominated Bino San Martino by 47 points. Dak Prescott, red hot. He went for 43 points in this one, and he basically made a mockery of that JV team known as the New York Giants. In a battle of two of the top teams in the BMO, we had Creme Brulee hang on Monday night and get by There Is No Spoon in a very high-scoring affair. Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, they bounced back from their poor performances last week to lead leg. They went for a combined 69 points in that one. CJ Stroud for Spoonie. He's been continuing to give a good game, good week-to-week performance, but it was not enough this week. Amon-Ra St. Brown also performed quite well for Spoonie, but in the end, it was a tough loss, and we'll see both those teams in the playoffs. In our upset special of the week, and might be the biggest upset of the season in the BMO, everyone's favorite Uncle Eddie, he knocked off everyone's favorite boy, and he knocked off our first place team. Big win for Uncle Eddie, who was hanging on by a thread to get into the BMO playoffs this year, but that win will give him a shot. Jared Goff came up big for Eddie, getting 24 points. Josh Allen struggled for Boy again this week, and that really cost him. Also, 27 points on the bench for Boy from Devin Singletary also did not help his cause. It was Tall who got just a little lower than Doughboy this week, and he had a big win. Once again, it was CeeDee Lamb dominating. 35-plus points for 2 out of the last 3 weeks for Lamb, and he's just continued to carry Tall's team. Another big win for Tall, who is firmly supplanted in the BMO playoffs at this point. And lastly, in a matchup of QBs that combined for a total of 10.5 points between the two of them, Dirty Jersey, he won his 4th straight, knocking off BMO bottom feeder Gus, who finds himself now at 2-8. At this point, we'll be discussing potential penalties for last place in the BMO. Make sure you comment and vote on that. That's a wrap for Week 10 review in the BMO. We'll see you soon.
guys, what's going on? It's Tall Kid coming at you from Phoenix, Arizona. Carl still eludes me. Last week we went 1-2 again, like the prior 3 weeks. Maybe you guys are betting against my picks. That's probably a better bet. But seriously, Rutgers can't score. So bad bet on my part. Probably should have just taken Iowa and the points on that one. But let's try and get after it again this week. Here we go. First game on the docket this week, we got number 10 Louisville playing the Miami Hurricanes at home. This line is a pick'em, which is kind of strange to me. I think Miami lost their quarterback for the year last week in the Florida State game. So I'm going to say that Louisville at number 10 is almost a no-brainer. They should win the game 100%. Let's go with Louisville on a pick'em. All right, for game number 2, we're going to go with what you know. Michigan keeps covering the spread. They didn't go over last week, but I do like the over this week, right? They are playing Maryland. It's an 18.5-point favorite for Michigan, and over-under is 49.5. I do like Michigan with the spread, but it's a Big Ten matchup. So let's not do that. Let's take the over 49.5. Get after it. Last game on the docket, we got number 5 Washington versus number 11 Oregon State. Oregon State's at home, and they're actually a 2.5-point favorite, even though Washington hasn't lost a game this year. I'm going to take Washington. Until they lose a game, I don't see why they wouldn't be the favorite. So this, to me, sticks out like a sore thumb. Let's go Huskies. Let's get after it this week, boys.
All right, here we go for week 11 in the BMO. We got 4 weeks to go, and just about every team in the league is still in the hunt for a playoff spot. That's pretty good. Kudos to everyone who is really putting in a big effort this year around the BMO. Some key matchups this week are certainly going to give us a better idea on who is going to be contending for the championship. We got one big matchup this week. We're going to take a look at that one in a minute. Just a reminder, Saturday, November 18th, the trade deadline for the BMO for this year. If you got a trade, get it in the works now and get that in the pipeline. That's about it. Let's get ready for week 11 in the BMO. We got a fantastic matchup for you this week in the BMO Game of the Week. Two teams that have been at the top of the standings all season in the BMO will chop it up in what could be the Game of the Year. Boy comes into this one coming off a tough Week 10 loss. He'll look to get back on track and hold on to the top spot in the BMO against a creme brulee team who at full strength this week. These are the top 2 scoring teams in the league this year, and we should see some fireworks. Boy has quite a few options at running back where he has the edge over Leg. ATN and Singletary should put up plus numbers in their matchups. Leg starting wide receivers Keenan Allen, Tyreek Hill, and Mike Evans should lead the way for his squad. With Josh Allen facing a tough Jets D this week, Leg's receivers are in great spots this week. I'll take Leg to grab the win over Boy and leapfrog into the top spot in the BMO with 3 weeks to go.
What's up, guys? This is Uncle Eddie of Uncle Eddie Says. It's week 11 of the BMO, Fantasy Football League. Week 10 was another train wreck. We did go 1 for 2. We're at least still 500 in our NFL picks. I guess on the bright side, I did beat Boy. It wasn't a great game, but I got the W. Doesn't mean much, but fuck you, Boy. You're going to have to excuse the content tonight. It might not be at its best. But the reason is because we're prepping the car for the debut of the Tice Racing and BMO sponsorship in Maryland International Raceway. It will be live streamed. And I'm going to send you guys the link. That way, you can see me get my fucking clock cleaned by people who are much better than me at racing. As well as fantasy football on the same weekend. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. All right, guys. First game I wanted to touch on was Cadge vs. Gus. On paper, based on records, this is a mismatch. Gus in last place. Cadge probably a playoff, or well, definitely a playoff, if not a championship contender. But here's what's bothering me about this game. You know, right now, as I shoot this, Cadge does not even have a running back to replace Bijan Robinson. Gus's team is terrible. He could probably beat him without Bijan Robinson and just leaving that space blank. He's got, I mean, you guys know how I feel about Cadge's team. Stroud and Deebo Samuel and so forth. But you know what? I may not be the most religious man, but I do know that pride is a deadly sin. I don't like not starting a running back, Cadge. I hope you fill somebody in there. As of right now, I got to go with Gus for the upset, as much as that pains me. Game 2 coming up next. All right, guys. The second game I wanted to touch on was myself against our Commissioner BMO. Reason being, you guys don't understand the time and dedication it takes to run this channel. Such a successful YouTube channel. It's really impedes on the time we can spend on developing our teams. I hope you guys understand that. Otherwise, we'd probably be in first and second place, like probably 8-1, 9-0. Well, easy. Anyway, here we are. And Beans has a better team. But I'm going to throw out that next week, the loser has to wear a funny nose and mustache costume for the shooting of the BMO. That's it. I don't really care to touch on the game much. Beans, you accept? Let me know. All right, guys. I know we've been a little cold on the NFL picks, but we're going to get back over 500 this week at the bare minimum. And I think I have 3 picks here that are really solid. All dogs this week. The first one, it pains me, but the Jets getting 7 is too much from the Bills. It's a divisional game. I'm going to buy into the fact that the Jets defense is good enough to keep games close, but Zach Wilson is bad enough to blow it in the end. I think the Bills are going to win, but I think the Jets will cover 7. Second game, Vikings are getting 2 against the Broncos. You know, I'm sorry. I'm not ready to buy in on the Broncos. I mean, yeah, they had 2 in a row, beat the Bills, but, you know, nah, they're still not that good. I'll take the Vikings getting 2. And last, Bears, Justin Fields is coming back. They're getting 8 from Lions in a divisional game. Fields was red hot before he got hurt. I'll take him getting the 8. This is Uncle Eddie saying if you don't like my picks this week, just wait till the playoffs.
All right, that is going to do it for Week 11 in the BMO Report. Great stuff as always. We are recording this on Thursday. We're in the second half of that Bengals-Ravens game, and things got a little funky out there tonight. Burrow down and out. Mark Andrews down and out. So we're going to see how things develop for the rest of this game and over the weekend. But anyway, stay tuned. As always, hit subscribe, hit the like. Shout out to my boys Eddie T and Tall for their contributions. Carl, I don't know, maybe we'll see you at Thanksgiving. Speaking of, next week, we'll have an episode out at some point. Thanksgiving week will be a little crazy, so we'll see what we get. Good luck to everyone this week. We're in the crunch of the BMO last 4 weeks. It's put up or shut up time, boys. So let's see what you got. Let's get into it for this stretch run, and we'll see you next week. Happy Thanksgiving, And enjoy your weekend. Stay classy.
Okay, let's go.